Okay, arriving Barwon Heads, we're chucking a left at the Barwon Heads Hotel. We'll head on down here and have a little wander up the main drag before we find a coffee shop, so you can have a little bit of a look-see. Turning right down here at this roundabout. Quite busy for a weekday, very, very surprising. Why aren't all these people working? Around we go. So this is the main drag. Okay, found a coffee shop, found a parking spot, now to engage in a little bit of parallel parking sidecar style. Kind of worked out okay, it's fine. Did get some admiring glances though. The bike, not me. Anyway, coffee was great, the cake was great, highly recommend the passion fruit cake, delightful it was. Okay, leaving now after our wonderful coffee and cake. We're just zipping around Barwon Heads to get out and get back to the river, and from there do a little sightseeing down along the river and give you a look at the Barwon River and the infamous Barwon Bridge. Infamous because it was going to get pulled down until people started to object because of its historical significance. Anyway, we're just going to parallel the river for a little while, pick a few spots, so you, the viewers, can have a look. Further to that, it was too good a day to be sitting at home where we could be out enjoying ourselves in this delightful autumn sunshine. The river goes back for quite some ways. The main highway back from Melbourne actually crosses over it, over quite an extensive bridge. We can't go any further than here. The river further up than here actually backs up into Lake Connewarre, and this little park here is an area we used to frequent when we were younger. Of course, you could get right up some of these tracks, and there are some good fishing holes back up along that river, with mulloway being caught in some gargantuan proportions during winter. Alrighty, we're back up onto the 13th Beach Road again, and we'll endeavour to give you a better look at the surfing activity and the break, or the various breaks that exist along this section. We're on the south coast of Victoria, and where you're looking taking is actually Bass Strait. Next stop, heading that way, is Tasmania. Anyway, there's a bit of surf up. Tide has been very low, as you probably noticed at the river. It's starting to, the tide is starting to come in again now, so the break is getting a little bit fuller, and the surfers are loving it. As we approach the end of 13th Beach Road, instead of turning right as we usually do, we're going to go left and take you down towards Black Rock, which is sewerage outfall. And the fishing used to be really good down there as well, which is probably why. It's also an area that's protected for the hooded plover, so you've got to watch where you walk because the silly birds go and lay their eggs out in the open. I should mention at this juncture that the Ural's running extremely well. It's still tight after a bit over 1,000 k's, but it's running quite smoothly, no problems. The only issue, as I mentioned earlier, was that loose mudguard, which was troubling us a little bit because we didn't quite know what it was. We thought it may have been something more serious. Yeah, we found that. Ural's running good, and let's hope it continues to do so. I'm sure it will. Well, we're nearing the end of the video, so we'll just have a we'll just have a look at the ocean one last time. At Black Rock, you'll soon see why it's called Black Rock. It's not a bad spot if you want a little bit of a quiet time, but there's no beach here. It's a scramble onto the rocks if you need to go fishing. Hope you enjoyed the vid. Thank you one and all for watching. Thanks so much. Bye.